For God's sake, you got to give more power to the people. For God's sake, why don't you give more power to the people? Oh, listen, you guys. I was really disappointed. Good morning, good afternoon. Y'all know what it is. This society is so hypocritical. I saw a article that started with the that the crisis, the water crisis in Flint, Michigan, was solved. Now, this crisis has been going on since, like, we were first alerted to it like in April of 2014, and nobody cares. Who really cares? Who is willing to try? And all those kids over there, if they say that are brain damage from drinking that water, that if you turn on and you watch it, it's brown when it comes out. Absolutely insane. Okay, that the government has contaminated the water for the people to drink. So with that being said, the positive point about that, so I look for a good news story, is that sometimes help comes in the least likeliest places. And so I'm giving a shout out to Jaden Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, who a lot of people want to just stay focused on your red table talk. Um, and that's all they're doing is staying focused on how you did this and why you did this. But your works supersede you, and more people should participate in this type of stuff if they've been blessed to have some money, instead of talking about you and how you handle your bread talk conversations. For the past 3 years, the First Trinity Missionary Baptist Church has been battling the Flint crisis by handing out clean water to locals. Volunteers with the organization started giving out bottled water every day of the week, but as the donations decreased, now they distribute water over the course of 3 days. See, remember, at first everybody was giving water, and y'all thought that was we are the world. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, 5 years later, ain't nobody dropping off water like that. It's not happening anymore. Okay, so y'all, we done forgot all about them. We on to the next one. And those people, the government is responsible for that. The government should be fixing that water. And it shouldn't be taking that long unless you're trying to make sure they all dead. Don't you get it? And as far as poor people, there's white poor residents. Don't you see we got more in common than we got? Never mind. Let me just keep going. Anyway, they now distribute water over the course of 3 days. To assist with this, rapper, actor Jaden Smith has just donated a portable filtering unit called the Water Box, which can supply upward of 10 gallons of filtered water every minute. Okay? And the last time I heard, his mama just donated another box as well. And so what these are, they're these big, huge water machines, and they're hooked up. Right now, they're looking for the day where they can have these at all the churches are in Flint. Now, of course, you got people going to get 10-gallon or 20-gallon jugs, okay, and they get to come to this water machine and actually have this water, because, like I said, they're not dropping off the water anymore. The people need water, you know. Anyway, during donation days, the church usually runs out of supplies. Within a few hours, excuse me, leaving many residents without access to clean water. The situation is disheartening to the volunteers and the residents alike. But all of that is about to change. Smith's family, including Will and Jada, who own a company in Glens Falls, New York, called Just Water, which use large filtration systems to produce bottled water. The water box is a smaller version of the filtration system used at the Just Water plant. The system removes harmful contaminants such as lead and will allow residents to fill their own water receptacles throughout the week. Church officials have been testing the water box for several weeks and have sent samples to a nearby lab to ensure that all of the harmful contaminants are and have been removed. The test will continue to be administered as long as the water box is in use. Residents in Flint can also view the weekly results of the company's website. So far, there is only one box installed at the First Trinity Missionary Baptist Church, although Smith's mom, Jada, has already committed to purchasing another for the city. I mean, that's just one family. What about this government? What about the government? Flint's water problems began again back in 2014. Corrosion in the water lines caused lead to reach into the water supply, potentially harming. No, we're not going. We're going to take that word out of there. Harming thousands of residents. You see, the word masturbation here. Harming thousands of residents. Although the Flint crisis is still a major concern, state officials stopped issuing bottled water in 2018 because the lead levels were not above the federally mandated limits. Okay, so they're on their own, and somebody got to care about us. And when I say us, I mean human beings. We got to care about one another. And if we don't care about each other, well, we allow other forces to do all kinds of things to us. You know, there's one family, and that's the human family, the human family. And the government of the United States allowed these contaminants to get into the water, and the United States government needs to fix this problem. And the people should stand together and want the government to fix this problem. It can be fixed. Just got to have willing hearts. Again, hatred is a disease of the heart. When you hate a group of people, poor people, and you rich for no reason other than they're poor, that's a disease of the heart. All right, I'll see y'all, and I'm glad. Let me just move past that. Thank you. Shout out to Jada. Shout out to Jaden, because at this point, I don't see a lot of other celebrities or stand up in line to talk about the Flint crisis. I do believe Jennifer Lewis and a few others I'm just not aware of. So I'm hoping that there are more, because there's a few people from Flint. I think Michael Moore is from Flint, but y'all got to do a better job. Anyway, that being said, if you like what you hear, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you, Will. Thank you, Jada, for that humanly gesture. All right. See you in the next video.